Okay, what's up, everybody? Welcome to, I guess, this edition of Rare Plant Talk with Teray. My name is Teray Armstrong, rare plant enthusiast, and now owner of Armstrong Aroids in Bountiful, Utah. And in today's update, there's a few things that I want to talk about. The first one is in opening up the shop. So we're going to talk about opening up the shop, and then we're going to do some repots or some repotting. There's some stuff that needs to go into leca or maybe a leca moss mix. And then I actually do want to do the update that I once previously promised with the strawberry shake. So we'll talk a little bit about that and kind of go from there. I don't know, it might be a short video. It might be a long video. I might speed through some of the stuff that needs to be repotted just because I'll pan this way. There is a lot of stuff that is now rooted and ready to go into some type of medium as its final stage. So super excited. I got a lot of fun stuff that's going to be coming out or coming into the shop here in the next near future. So look forward to that, those of you that are local. Let's jump into it. So let's start with this. Let's start with opening up the shop. Man, so excited. And it's funny because you would think that the excitement stemmed from us having a shop and opening up a shop. Okay, and we're back. A little bit of an interruption. One of my good friends had called to see how we were doing and what was going on with the plant shop, which great tie-in because that's exactly what I was talking about, I believe. We'll find out here when I go back and do the editing of the video. But yeah, I believe what I was talking about is the passion. Well, actually, let me back up a little bit. So the thing that I realized, or I did not realize, that would excite me so much is to see the passion in the people that visited the shop. You know, the excitement, the just being so enthusiastic about all the plants that they're looking at, and just the scenery and the vibe, and just being excited. You know, being able to see people that were just genuinely and emotionally at ease and happy and just elated about something that they were so passionate about was really more fulfilling and more filling of my bucket than actually owning a plant store. You know, for me, it no longer became about owning the plant store. It became about being able to share and appreciate the joy that people experienced when they visited the plant shop. So I thought that was really cool. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that, and I elaborated on that a little bit because that truly was something that unexpected, but truly did fill my bucket. That was weird. The camera just fell a little bit, and hopefully it's not gonna like fall altogether. So we're gonna pause the video one more time and see if we can get this camera situation fixed. Okay, and we're back. So hopefully the phone's not gonna fall and break and all that good stuff. But anyways, yeah, just that, seeing that passion and that excitement in people that visited really was super exciting. All right, on to the next thing. So in a previous video, I talked about the strawberry shake, and at that point in time, which wasn't too long ago, it was really just a cutting that we picked up at a previous swap, and that cutting was just a leaf and a node. It was unrooted, didn't have a root system at all, and I had a lot of confidence that I was going to be able to get it to root out and do something. And as you can see, so you know, there's still a leaf there, so we're doing good there. But not only that, we now have a root system, and on top of a root system, this little guy has some additional leaves. I don't want to spill the water out of there, but so it's doing really good, and I'm super excited. Hopefully it will continue to grow out and do well. And yeah, so a little update on that. Another, let's see, yep, another little root system there. Surprised my nails are cleanish. But yeah, so that's doing really good. All right. Oh, what else do we have in store here? Oh, the pop-up today. So that was cool too. Had a really good time. I'll drop in some maybe some footage and some pictures and a few videos and whatnot. But today's swap was really fun. It was hosted by Mamachari. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize. But she is Utah's first kombucha seller, and so we had to make sure that we got some. Oh, not kombucha. Yeah, kombucha seller. So let's bring that up there. So Mamachari's kombucha. Highly encourage you to go down, check her out. She's on 1415 South and 700 West, suite number 4. Hopefully she'll be okay with us sharing that with you all. But if you're in the Salt Lake area, definitely stop by there. I would recommend that you probably go online and check out what the hours are, because I don't know what that situation is. It could be like us where we both work full time, so Armstrong Aroids is actually gonna, for now, only be open from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But they may have regular hours. I don't know. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but definitely cool. And there's some more information that you'll see in some other footage. I'll drop that in, talking a little bit more about what kombucha is.
We're a local kombucha company. We're Utah's first. Kombucha is a fermented tea and sugar probiotic sparkling drink. So it's low sugar, it's a bit tart, it does make acetic acid. We have another beverage that's called water kefir. It's smoother, it's low sugar, it could replace soda someday. It should, and we are the only ones that offer it locally.
The one that we have right here is the kefir soda. I like that a lot more. I think it's like a spiced chai, and really good. Really liked it. So that was cool. And hats off to her, and thank you, Amy with Kombucha, for hosting the event and putting off a really good show. So it was cool. We had a lot of fun and got to hang out with a bunch of plant people, and that's always a pleasure. So just wanted to say thank you about that. Got a lot of stuff. I'm going to swing the camera this way one more time a little bit. So all of this right here has to go into leca or into leca and moss mix, because it's ready. You know, it's ready to take that next stage. Typically what we'll do when and actually, you know what, this is one, I'm going to go back a little bit and talk about the show for a quick second, because the Glorious, next to our Regale, but the Glorious and the Regale, they really stole the show today in terms of our booth. And I really wish that this was here, because if this was there, I feel like it too would have been, you know, kind of a showstopper, because of how nice this is. And it doesn't have the same type of veining as the Gloriosum does, but it's just another beautiful velvety plant that is ready. You know, if you look at those roots right there, yeah, it's ready to go into the leca, and it hopefully, well, you know, hopefully it will be at the next swap. And if it's not, it's because it got sold, and that's okay too, because it's definitely going to be going into the shop here soon. Now that it has demonstrated such a desire to do well and look so good, and so very excited about that. All right, so let's jump into it. Let's get some stuff potted. What I'd really like is for the Rare Plant Shop Talk, or Rare Talk with Teray episodes or sessions, or whatever you want to call them, is to have answers to questions or have dialogue about things that you want me to talk about. But I haven't got a lot of commentary yet, so I encourage you to leave comments, leave discussions, tell me what you want to talk about, or what you want me to talk about, and I'd be more than happy to. But in the meantime, I'm going to jump in and pot some of this stuff up. I'll probably throw some music in the background and maybe speed it up as I go through it. Probably probably going to need to pause the video one more time because I just realized that I don't have, well, it's close. We've got some root water over here close enough. So good on that department. Obviously got to have your root water when you're going into leca because regular water lacks the nutrients needed in order for the plant to thrive. So I'm gonna start that process, and we're just gonna go from there. I'll probably start with these Parissos because they are huge and we'll probably use up most of the leca, and then after that we can pause it and jump into something else after I wash out some more leca. So yeah, excuse me, I'm off screen there. Oh, hopefully I don't like showing stuff. Anyways, all right. So let's see what we got here. Let's grab a Pariso. Lots of big pots here in the way, kind of. All right. So these guys are big. I mean, that's a big plant. And I'm not sure why it's doing the whole curl up thing. I'm not sure if that's a lighting situation or if it's no, I'm not sure what that is. It could be lighting. But whatever it is, hopefully we can get it to straighten itself out a little bit. But we're just gonna grab one of these. This is actually a smaller one. Maybe we'll grab a bigger one. So these have been, just kind of rooting in root water. We try and keep them in water so that they can rehydrate, and then not only rehydrate, kind of let their root system strengthen back up so that they have the ability to take in the nutrients in their root system and do well and thrive when they go into somebody's home or into the plant shop until they go into somebody's home. But I think as of now, they are ready to go into the leca, and then what we'll do from there is I keep them in a clear pot that will go into usually this is also a clear pot, but this is kind of a big plant. We don't have a clear pot that will fit it right now, but it's the bottom pot, the white pot, so this pot doesn't have a drain, but this one I can just take it out and I can see and check on the root system and kind of see how it's doing from there. And it probably won't go into the store right away, but this is the next stage that it will go into before it goes into the store. And once it's rooted up and we can see that the roots are thriving and it's got a strong root system, then at that point it'll actually go into the store. It's going to be loud because we got to get this leca in here. So bear with me while I do that. So we got that going. Good there. And then the next step, and this may actually go back into the tent for a little while just because of the fact that it's kind of too big to go into the store. And so what I'll probably end up doing with these is we'll put them in the tent, let them grow out the roots a bit more, and then from there maybe acclimate them to just a regular environment to where they can handle a little bit lower humidity, because I would really like to see these out more on the floor. And the shop has that huge humidifier in it that runs at about 50, so it comes on, it's automatic, it comes on and off between like 50 and 55% humidity. And so I think that if we can get this acclimated down to like 50% humidity, which should be pretty easy because these things are really super hardy, granted as hardy for being a tropical, I should say. But yeah, if we can get it down to like a 50% humidity, what's the word? I don't know, get acclimated at that percentage, of humidity, then we should be fine. And it'd be nice to just have it out in the shop so that I'm not having to keep it in a cabinet, just because as you can see, these are not small plants, and it's going to be better if we can have it out on display and not taking up a whole bunch of space in a cabinet. All right, so I'm going to set this one over here, and let's move on to the next one. It's probably going to be this guy. Yeah. All right. If you see me looking frantic, it's because I'm looking for the other pot that I have somehow misplaced that this guy is going to go into. Oh, sorry. There it is. All right. Hold on a second. You gotta reach. Okay. So this guy is probably going to go into this pot here, and we'll do the same process. So again, you know, the thing that I like to look for is on the root system. A, the import roots, do they look pretty good? Are they healthy? And for these actually came in really, really healthy. And I didn't want to, so you select this root here. This root, it's a little bit darker. And some people might be like, oh no, that root's not going to make it, that's going to die. But if you look at it, this root, this plant's kind of heavy, sorry. It's got secondary roots. If we can get over here, let's go this way. It has secondary roots that are actually growing off of it. If I can get it to focus. And so if I would have clipped those, I would have lost a big root system and had to grow it right back out from scratch. And I can assure you that that root system that would have had to have grown back would not have been sufficient to support leaves of this size. You know, it would basically end up having to be cut back and probably even cut down and propped and starting over. But because I did not cut off those primary roots and I allowed them to build a secondary root system off of the primary roots that were already there from the import process, I'm not losing the big leaves. You know, and that's important, because you don't see a lot of plants where they come out to you from the shop with huge leaves and healthy. You know, they might come out with huge leaves, but it's probably because it just barely got imported, and they're trying to sell it to you before those big leaves turn yellow and die off. But that's part of the process for us. Is if we can keep them, as far as like the roots go, we'll keep them. But if we can't, then yeah, you know, you go through the process. You lose some leaves. You might lose all the leaves, and you grow out an entirely new root system and let it acclimate and kind of go that route. But with these are such hardy plants that we've done good with not losing the original root system. So I'm going to drop this one into the leca, and we're going to fill it up as well. I know that's loud, sorry. Sweet, and there we have it. And so now, actually I think I'm going to pour this back in there. I should have done that with the other one, because when if you see two things with this. If your root water smells bad, at least for me, I'm going to speak from personal opinion, I will usually change it out, because whatever's fermenting in there is probably a result of A, whatever chemicals they put on it during the phytosanitary process, or B, roots rotting. And so I will typically smell my root water if a plant's been in it for a long time, and if it smells good, then I'm gonna reuse it, because it probably also has a lot of those I'm gonna call them hormones. I don't know if they are hormones, but I'm gonna call them hormones, where it promotes root growth from the plant. So the plant will naturally know that all my roots are dying off, and so I need to produce more roots, and that process produces what I'm going to consider as a hormone until I'm told otherwise. Drop a link or a comment down below if you know that I'm wrong and know the right answer and can help me out with that. But whatever chemical is produced by the plant, I know that not Saber Blues, but pothos, the pothos plant produces a lot of it naturally, and then there's another plant, I think it's the willow, that produces a lot of that natural hormone, but it gets housed inside the water, so it's good to reuse it as long as there's nothing else going on with that water, because you definitely don't want to reintroduce bad water into your plant if you need to change it out. Plus, as you're doing it, you know, all of that yucky stuff, that's coming from when you dropped it in there the first time, you can kind of filter that out just by pouring it slowly, and you don't have to worry about it. You're just getting just the water. So yeah, so there's that for this guy. Both of these, and eventually all three of these, are gonna just go into the tent and continue through the rooting process, but now being in the leca, and then we'll pull them out, check the root system, and then once they're ready, we will put them into the store. Got one more here, and I did not get a... Why is this guy looking so unhappy? I didn't get a cup for it, and actually I almost wanted to throw it in here, but it's kind of not quite the right size. So what do we want to do? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make some changes. This guy's obviously not ready. You're not ready. I thought it was, but it doesn't look like it is now. This guy, he does have some secondary roots. So because it's got some secondary roots on it, I'm going to go ahead and drop it into this. But I know where a vase is. I'm going to be back. I'm going to grab a vase, and this is going to fall over if I leave it in there. So I'm going to change this. We're going to grab another vase. Yeah, and it's got leca. So hold on, maybe I'll speed this up, and maybe I'll cut it, but either way, I'll be back. Okay, and we're back, and we've got a vase that's going to be suitable, and we've got some more leca that's going to work. Kind of, it's like a leca and lava rock mix, but that's cool, that'll work. We're going to drop it into there. All right. So again, kind of the same thing. You've got your main roots, but then you've also got, let's see if I can find some, like right here. Oh, let me get the angle. Let's go with this guy. I'm going to pull this off and separate it. It's like you've got your main roots, and then it's got really small secondary roots. I'm not sure if you can be able to see it. Oh, here we go, right there. Oh, focus. All right. So see those two little nodes coming off of there? Those are secondary roots. And so that tells me that those roots have grown in my care. And so because those roots have grown in my care, the primary root is still good, and it's still helping the plant and the plant's water retrieval system is what I'm going to call it. And so we're good with those. So we're going to drop that in here, and I'm going to twist it a little bit. I don't want to go all the way down just because I don't want to damage the roots, and I'm probably going to make a mess, so this is probably going to be super loud. And I should probably have a potting mat. But I don't. I do, but I don't have one that is readily available like it usually is. Well, hello there, beautiful. You want me to pause it? Oh dear, hey. Cut that scene. Alright, so here we go. I'll bring this back just a little bit here. Adjust that a little bit. Okay, here we go. And so this is going to sit like this, and obviously we get more happy as the root system continues to build. And so it's going to go back into the grow tent, and it's in a nice clear pot where I can watch the root system continue to grow out. And once I feel that it is sufficiently grown out, and you can see it both through the roots as well as through the happiness of the leaves, which are not super happy right now, but once it is, it'll show, and then it'll be ready. Then we can put it in the store. All right, so we got the 3 Paraiso Verdes are good to go, and I am running out of leca, so I'm going to pause it. I'm going to wash some leca, and then we will get back to you, and we'll kind of go from there. So, talk to you in a minute. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Got more leca. We're ready to rock and roll. I think what I'm going to do is, because this is going to be a super long video if I don't do this, I'm going to put this in super fast mode and just push through and get these into the leca, and we'll kind of go from there. And then after that, I'm going to drop in some footage and maybe some clips from the swap today. And thank you so much. Appreciate you. We will talk to you towards the end of the video. All right. Okay, so there you have it. Got them all in LECA and ready to go back into the grow tent, and we'll just sit and monitor the roots as they continue to grow out. But this part of the process is done, and once the roots have grown out sufficiently, they will be ready to transition into the store and be ready to be available for you, at least those of you in the Utah market. So I just want to say thank you so much. Again, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you don't like, please at least subscribe and scribe. Tell me what it is that you didn't like about it so that I can go ahead and make those changes for you. This is Trey, Armstrong Aroids and Rare Plant Enthusiast. Had a super nice time at the swap today. Looking forward to much more of that, but even more so than that, looking forward to the smiling faces of those that hang out with us and check out the shop. And so that would be my encouragement to you, whether you are in town, not in town, give us a call, make an appointment, stop by, say hi, and we will talk to you soon. Appreciate it. Have a good day, and thank you.